on, everyone? It's Token, back with a really exciting announcement, as we are going to be starting the VGC Clan Wars again. The rebirth is happening. I hope everyone who signed up is extremely excited. And right before we hop into all of that, I just want to quickly do a channel update. I'm sorry I didn't get up an episode of the Climbing the Ladder yesterday. Really busy getting this all set up, and also was just wanted to give my capture card a break. Same thing with the Nuzlocke, so I'll try to get at least one Nuzlocke episode out and definitely 2 episodes of Climbing the Ladder today. Anyways though, let's talk VGC 17 Clan Wars, as that is what we are all here for, and that is what's all the hype. Everyone seems to be decently excited, at least decently excited for VGC 17, as there's so much potential, so many new Pokemon, and it looks like it could be a really diverse format. So not only am I excited, not only is Kyle, who's co-hosting this with me, excited, everyone seems to be pretty excited. So it should be extremely fun. So I thought we should just do a little backstory on Clan Wars for those of the viewers who don't know what Clan Wars are and just want a little bit of clarity as they're watching this video and maybe want to tune in when I do start uploading videos about this. So let's do the backstory. The VGC Clan Wars is an event that I started myself on Pokemon Amino because I saw a need for not only the competitive community as a whole on Amino way back then in VGC 17. I also saw a need for VGC especially, because there was at least some single blogs that pop up every once and now and then on Pokemon Amino. And let me say what Pokemon Amino is, in case you don't know what that is. Pokemon Amino is a blogging app that anyone can download on their Android or iPhone. It should be on your App Store or Play Store, and you should be able to download it really easily for free. It's a blogging app, but due to the fact that Pokemon has never really provided the best forum or way for people who play their games to communicate, it has grown a lot in popularity, and even competitive battlers can be found on there, because competitive battlers really only have Smogon and Showdown. You only have Smogon and Showdown for they only really have Smogon and Showdown to communicate, and Pokemon Amino provides a less toxic, because I feel like both of those do have their flaws and can be a little toxic at times, provides a less toxic atmosphere depending on if you know your stuff. At least if you're a beginner, it can get a little toxic, but overall it's a really friendly place, lots of really friendly people, and just people trying to share the exact same, to share their hobby of enjoying Pokemon and playing Pokemon, especially the competitive battlers. So there was a decent sized competitive community since I've joined the app, but there was no unity in the competitive community. So what the VGC Clan Wars allowed was for unity with VGC to happen, so then it started to get a little bit more shine and became a much more well-known thing all over Pokemon Mania. And then the VGC Clan Wars definitely took off. It was extremely successful in VGC 15, but then it fell apart in VGC 16. It even fell off a little bit on the latter end of VGC 15 after we finished up Season 1, and then it fell apart. And as we tried to revamp it for Season 2, it fell apart, and then during VGC 16, I just didn't have the drive, determination, or anything with that format to want to commit to hosting such a large event like this. I didn't want to do it at all, so I had no interest in doing that for VGC 16. Other users tried to make it happen, and it just still wasn't well knit. It didn't really work. So here we are, VGC 17, really hype format, and I will be co-hosting this with my good friend Kyle. So shoutouts to Kyle. I couldn't do this without someone as determined and eager to host this as Kyle is. So definitely thank Kyle for his willingness to do this with me, because it's going to be awesome to have that quality of help right beside me throughout this endeavor. Anyways though, now that we did a little bit of backstory on what Clan Wars is, where it comes from, and how it was started, let's move on to how this tournament is going to, well no, let's actually move on to how exactly Clan Wars works, and then we'll go into how the tournament will work, just so that anyone who's a little unsure about how exactly Clan Wars is going to work, I can provide you some clarity now and a little bit more later just to remind you, but hopefully this clarity now is all you need. Anyways though, how Clan Wars is going to work is there's going to be a set amount of clans and a set amount of competitors on each clan. There should be 4, so 4 to each clan, and then probably 10 clans. And clans are going to go, so we needed an even number of clans so that each clan could go to head-to-head in a matchup every single week. every single no, there'll actually be 8 clans, and they'll all have 4. So we needed an even number of clans so that everyone can compete against each other during each week, and we should have 2 matchups per week. So you'll play 2 clans per week so that we can have lots of action going on, because I feel like one's a little, it's not really as much as you'd kind of want to have per week. So we'll have 2 head-to-heads against other clans per week. And how a head-to-head will work is there'll be 4 to each clan, but only 3 will partake in each matchup. So you'll give a matchup for your first matchup against one clan, and then the leader, well, not you, whoever's the leader. So maybe you, but whoever the leader, they'll give a matchup for one Clan Wars matchup, and then for another matchup against another clan. And you must alternate. If someone didn't partake in one matchup, you must put them in the next one, just to be fair, so that they're getting equal action, and just so you don't try to deploy your best lineup every single week. So if they win, well, how winning works is each single, because there's going to be 3 competitors all going against each other, 3 head-to-heads. Each of those specific head-to-heads will be a best of 3. And what I mean by best of 3 is you will play a doubles battle 3 times to get a winner if necessary. If not, if someone wins 2, you already won 2 out of 3, so there's no need to do a 3rd one. But if necessary, you'll do 3, so best of 3. And as soon as someone has won 2, they'll win that specific matchup. And then whoever wins the most out of each of the best of 3, so whoever wins 2 or all 3 of those best of 3s out of the clans, they will win, they will win that Clan Wars matchup. And then you'll go on to your next one, and then you'll just keep going on from there. If you need further clarity, just feel free to ask. That's pretty much how it works. Individual best of 3s. You want to win that each individual best of 3, and whoever wins 2 out of 3 of each individual best of 3s, they win that Clan Wars matchup for that week. Or if they win all 3, they win that Clan Wars matchup for that week. So that's how the head-to-heads are going to work. So is there anything else I'm missing on there? Like I said, you'll have to rotate everyone so that everyone gets to play, to be fair to everybody that makes it onto a clan. And can't think, I'm just making sure we say everything about how the clan matchups are going to go. Yeah, it's practically it about how each how a head-to-head will go down. Moving on though, let's go on to how this tournament is going to go down. So exactly how we're going to do this tournament is, first I just wanted to shout out all 50 of you guys who came out for this tournament. That is freaking awesome that we got 50 people who are interested in joining this tournament. However, that means we need 50 committed people. So if you for any reason don't think you can commit to an event this size with 2 best of 3s per week, please do right now. Let me or Kyle know so that we can get you off the list, get someone in there that can commit, and move on from there, as we really do not want to ruin the credibility of even the tryouts by having drops, as drops are just extremely demoralizing to hosting an event. So definitely please let us know prior so we can get that fixed and move on from there, as it will just be 2 best of 3s per week tops. You won't have to do anything more than that. It might even be 1 if you're the person who had to rotate in. So it's really not that bad on a schedule. Even on a tight schedule, it's really not that bad. 2 best of 3s, that's 30 minutes of your entire that's 2 different separate periods of 30 minutes during your entire 7 days that you have in a week. So it's really not that bad. We do appreciate battles not being done late at night on a Sunday though, as I know how much people love doing that. So please don't wait till late at night on a Sunday to just always do your battles. Try to get those scheduled beforehand and get them done beforehand so that you can enjoy your Sunday. And yeah, so we had 50 people come out. Me and Kyle, thank you all so much for coming out for that. That really is awesome. I didn't expect to have that huge of a demand, but that's awesome. It shows the effect Clan Wars initially had, and it shows how many people want to get into VGC this year. So I'm just so excited to start this. And now we're at the group stage. What the group stage is it's part of a 2-stage system. We have a group stage and we have a single elimination stage. And the group stage is going to be round robin style, and then obviously the single elimination stage is self-explanatory. You're in there, you lose a game, you're out. If you continue to win, you continue to go on. In the group stage, though, it's going to be round robin. What a round robin is as you can see that there's 5 competitors in this group stage that, well, in each group in the group stage, you will battle against each of those 5 competitors in your group, and then you will, the top 2 performing of each group will move on to the single elimination stage. So if you manage to go like 4-2 and that gets you the 2nd spot, you'll move on to the single elimination stage, and then it's anyone's game from there. All these battles will be best of 3 though, so definitely make sure you, like I said prior, you do 3 battles against your opponent. It's not just going to be 1 battle and done, because VGC definitely you can run surprise factor in there, and winning off straight surprise factor doesn't validate you being better than that opponent in that particular matchup. Best of 3 really is the quality way to get a real idea of who the better battler is, since Pokemon has a huge surprise factor that you can go with. So, as you can just be running Choice Scarf on something that no one would have thought would be scarfed and stuff like that. So, good battlers will make their adjustment, and then they'll win the next 2 games even after losing 1 off a straight surprise factor. So, definitely don't try to just make a surprise factor team and think that'll win you games. Unless you have just a plethora of surprises on that team, go ahead and try it. But usually the better battlers will be able to adjust to knowing your sets that 2nd game, and they'll usually win those next 2 games if you just go a straight surprise factor team. Anyways, though, you'll play all 5 of them. 2 best records will advance to the single elimination stage, and from there you lose, you're out, you win, you continue to go on. And anything else about this stage? Just the fact that everything's best of 3. Remember that, best of 3. Battle your opponent 3 times. Do not do 1 battle and say you won. Battle your opponent 3 times. Whoever wins 2 out of 3 of those will advance. I think that's everything about the group stage. There's 10 groups, so 20 people will advance to the single elimination stage, and the the winner of it all will definitely earn a leader position, and the second, third, and fourth should all have a high chance of also earning a leader role too, so that they can draft battlers instead of having to be drafted. Because after you've made it that far, you've shown that not only have you been practicing, but you're committed to the format and you have a really good idea of how to do everything. So as long as we can count on you to be reliable in a leadership role of giving out lineups per each week, we will definitely consider you for that leadership position. However, number 1 is guaranteed, so shoot for that number 1 spot if you want to be guaranteed a leadership position. We do have a few people in mind already who we do think will be quality leaders. However, they're all partaking in the tournament, so if they don't perform well in the tournament, they also will be stripped of their leadership role. So definitely don't think anyone has an unfair advantage on anybody. You will have to perform well in the tournament. If you do, all leaders that we have in mind will have to perform well in the tournament if they do want to keep their role. If they generally just get outplayed by someone who played great, then there's a chance that we will let them keep their role. But leaders will need to play well to keep their position as a leader. Now moving on from that, oh yeah, and like I said, leaders will draft, so there'll be 8 leaders. We're only doing 8 clans. Highly unlikely we'll do more than 8 clans. There's a slim chance if everyone's playing really good that we might expand to 10, but more than likely we'll just expand from only accepting 24, because that's where we're at right now. We want to value the competitiveness of this event, obviously, as the VGC Clan Wars didn't become a huge event for being just a fun event. It also was extremely competitive, as we had some really good battlers that were even tackling on the circuit back in VGC 15, and we should also have that now this year. So we want to keep that high level competitiveness. If you're just looking for a straight fun event and not to compete at a high level, you're likely not going to make it onto a team, and you likely won't get drafted. So do expect to have to put the most effort you put into something. Expect into team building, and to making an adequate team, and then to making those plays in your games. Know that you're going to have to put a lot of effort into that if you do want to get drafted, and if you do want to perform well in this tournament, as there's definitely some experienced VGC battlers from prior years in this tournament. And we also have I completely just lost my train of thought. However, it should be quick update participant tournament setup. Oh, I was talking about the size. So sorry about that. I was talking about how many competitors we're taking. So if we do see a lot of really quality battlers, though, like a lot of people who look like they have been practicing, but they just didn't make it into the last final bit, then we definitely will, at the least, expand to 32 of the 50 will be accepted. It's highly unlikely we'll go any higher than that, but at least 32 of the 50 will be accepted if we see a really good amount of competitiveness, general competitiveness in the tournament. So definitely, like I said, try your best. You might even get an expansion that gets you into the tournament. So definitely put your best foot forward in this event. From there, I think, does that recap everything? Went over, yeah. I'm just looking at some notes that I put for myself, just some bulletins, so that I'm not all over the place with this. And because this was my first time using a face cam. I have used my old computer's face cam before, but it's my first time using a nice face cam. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. Once again, me and Kyle, thank you all so much for coming out and partaking in this event. There will be a link to this tournament link that, or challenge tournament of the VGC Clan Wars tryouts tournament in the description of this video, so definitely check out the description if you want to see who you're going to be battling, everything. Oh, let me also go to the matches tab. As you can see, your Pacific matches for your group stage here, so everyone can see their Pacific matches of who they're going to be playing. And we will allow early battles, so if you want to start today, want to get a head start and just start knocking those battles out, you can now. However, we will officially start Monday the 12th, and that's when everyone will have to be ready and will have to start doing their battles. If someone hasn't played any of their battles by, or hasn't at least scheduled any of their battles by Wednesday, then we'll likely, there's a high chance we'll PM you, we'll give you till Thursday, and if you don't get back to us then you likely will be replaced or dropped from the tournament. So definitely make sure that you are you're trying your best to schedule those battles and everything, and not just lollygagging around. We understand finals and everything are going on right now, a lot of hecticness with the holiday season and working, but this video will be put in the chat for the tournament. This video will be on my account and it will be on my YouTube, so if you somehow don't see it, like if we don't see you in the chat, we'll even PM the link to the video to you. So there's going to be no excuses for not getting those battles set up. So by Wednesday, please have at least scheduled your battles. If you haven't done that, your opponent, if you're waiting on someone, they haven't at least talked to you about one of the at least first 3 round battles. I'll say first 2 within that. Well, actually, we want to get all of this done within the first week. So yeah, if none of the first 3 rounds have been scheduled yet with someone, then with someone that you're going up against, then definitely let them know that let me or Kyle know that you're dealing with someone who looks like they'll be a little unreliable, and we'll either get you replaced or we'll just drop you, as we don't want people to ruin this tournament for everyone else. And we're 100% accepting fill-ins, so if you want to be a fill-in because you think someone will drop, because there is a likely chance of that. It happens with most large events. A team either doesn't perform well, or someone just from the start realizes it's going to be too much for them to partake in this event, or just people they just move on and don't partake in the event anymore. If you see a drop, if you envision that a drop will happen and you want to partake in the VGC Clan Wars, then definitely contact me or Kyle, either on my YouTube, or contact Kyle or me on Pokemon Amino, and as I'm just token on there, and you can just PM us and let us know that you want to partake, and we'll get you added in as a fill-in. So I think that's pretty much it. Once again, me and Kyle, thank you all so much for coming out, as we think this is going to be a wild format throughout, and we can't wait to start. Like I said, just 2 best of 3s per week is what it will be once everyone's drafted onto a clan. If we see quality battles throughout the tournament, we will expand to at least 32, and the draft will happen probably the day after we finish this tournament. And yeah, we'll just start getting people put on teams. And once again, we apologize to anyone who doesn't make it on a team, but that obviously means that not only did you perform well in your tournament, the leaders just didn't think you had the skill to partake in a competitive event of this magnitude. So we apologize, but that is life. No utopias. You just gotta live with it and try better next time. It's like tryouts in high school for basketball. You don't make it, you try again next year. So we'll even probably have an extended version or do this again once we're done with this season, so definitely be on the lookout. Anyways, though, I'm going to get the heck out of here. I'm starving. I need to eat something. Thank you guys so much for watching this as the VGC Clan Wars. I just can't. I just can't right now. Just kidding. I just can't. Like, it's going to be so much fun. So, thank you all so much. I'll see you all later. Peace out.